You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I finally have your 2-week spoilers for Y&R for Monday, November 20th, all the way through Friday, December 1st. And yeah, I know the Monday episode already aired, but now that the Soap magazine is out of business, spoilers are coming out at really weird times, and I just finally got the 2 weeks worth of entire spoilers, and I'm really excited to share them with you. Right now, there's so much exciting stuff heading into the holiday week and next week. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Of course, on Monday, you saw Mamie basically being leveraged by the family saying, tell us what Tucker's up to and then we'll rehire Nate. And we had Jack ready to hit back at Tucker, but Diane and Ashley talked him out of it. And Nina and Jill really want Chance away from law enforcement and into maybe a more corporate job. Then Tuesday, November 21st, we have Kyle deciding he's going to play double agent for the Abbotts. The only thing is Audra and Tucker are like 3 moves ahead of him. And so he shows up and talks to her, and you know, he basically said he doesn't want to ruin Jabot as part of their takeover efforts. So it's very tricky because definitely Audra and Tucker are planning to ruin Jabot. And then Tucker hit on Audra and got soundly rejected, which I thought was pretty funny. And Claire comes back to Genoa City and she tells Victoria first that something has happened to Nikki, that she had a seizure and they think it's related to her MS and she's in the hospital. And so Victor hears this too. He calls up the private jet. They bring Nick over and it's like, okay, she's got the rest of the Newmans that they're targeting coming to the house. And Cole shows up on Tuesday, November 21st. Cole Howard, Eve Howard's son. Of course, Eve's been dead for a while now. And Cole had been married to Victoria way back in the day, and they had a baby that supposedly died, but I'm feeling pretty strongly that Claire is that baby. And Cole shows up at the house, and it seems like he was also lured there, and it was by a fake text from Victoria. So I'm wondering if Cole is not the perpetrator, but another victim. So I still wonder if Jordan is Eve's sister. We'll see, but I definitely feel like Claire is Cole and Victoria's daughter, who was raised away from them for reasons that will come out soon. We'll see. Wednesday, November 22nd, we have Ashley making a deal with Tucker. She had talked to the other Abbotts about maybe having Tucker and Devon over for Thanksgiving, but you know, Diane doesn't really want that and Jack really doesn't want it. So it looks like Ashley may have to broker peace between Tucker and Devon elsewhere, aside from the Abbott mansion. We'll see. We also have Michael and Gloria back to Genoa City. He has been out of town helping her sort out a legal matter, trying to keep his mom out of jail. In reality, that was a cover story for Christian LeBlanc's cancer treatment. He is cancer-free right now, in remission. I'm not sure exactly the terminology they're using it, but he seems to be in good health and on the road to recovery, which is fantastic news. Abby runs into them at Society and is happy to see them there, happy to see that Gloria's not in jail, and Greg Rickhart is back as Kevin Fisher, and also Chloe and Lauren are in these scenes with them. Michael and Gloria share some shocking news. So I don't know if this is just off-screen drama that we're going to hear about after the fact. Gosh, I hope Judith Chapman sticks around. I just love her as Gloria. We also have Lily and Devon moving forward with Nate. It looks like he's going to be back to Chancellor Winters pretty soon. Thursday, November 23rd, of course, is Thanksgiving Day, and it is a rerun. It is a repeat of a very important episode because of this current Claire storyline. It's a rerun of February 4th, 1993. There's scenes with Tracy and Lauren arguing over Brad Carlton. The important part was Eve Howard appears in the episode. If you don't remember, she was Victor's assistant who was completely obsessed with him. And then at one point she tried to kill him. She wound up in a sanitarium. She later died. And she believed that her son Cole was Victor's son, if I recall correctly. She believed on her deathbed that Cole was Victor's, and therefore Cole's romance with Victoria was incestuous. They had run off to Vegas and eloped, and then they thought they were siblings, and so they had to get their marriage annulled. And then it eventually Victor, and the reason I think that Eve really is dead is because Victor had her body exhumed to get tissue from her to run a comprehensive massive DNA test on his tissue, on Eve's tissue, and on Cole's tissue, and it came out that Cole was indeed not Victor's son, and he and Victoria later married. They had a baby, and she, like, her appendix burst. She had to have surgery, and so they did a C-section to deliver the baby, and then they were told the baby was in distress and died. But given the timing of all this, it definitely looks like Claire is the kid. So I think they're rerunning this clearly to remind us of that history. So be sure and watch this episode, but also know that right now the cable guide is showing it as a new episode, and it's a rerun, and it may preempt the next episode on Monday the 27th from recording for you. So you have two options. You can watch this episode and delete it. That way you won't confuse your DVR to thinking they already recorded Monday's episode. Or you go into your settings and you tell it to record both new and repeat episodes, which shouldn't be a problem because they really don't rerun stuff. So just be aware of that, or go in and set a manual Monday recording, because a lot of times when there are preemptions that aren't showing up right on the cable guide, it will knock out your next episode because it screws up the program. Basically because your program thinks that it already recorded that episode. So just remember that. And then Friday, November 24th, Black Friday, enjoy your shopping online or your turkey coma, because there is no new episode. There is sports coverage. Now we have some really interesting new spoilers for the week of November 27th through December 1st. These are not dated, so they are not in the order they are happening. We don't know the order yet. We won't know it until we get the full weekly spoilers for next week, but it's all very exciting. Aunt Jordan shares a revelation. She shares the info and the backstory on why exactly they are targeting Nikki Newman. And as part of that conversation, it's Claire and Jordan talking about their plans for the other Newmans they are targeting. And they confirm it's not just Nikki, it's Victor, Victoria, and Nick. So if Jordan is Eve's sister, I understand targeting Victor. I actually understand targeting Nikki because he was very jealous of her. I understand targeting Victoria. I don't really understand targeting Nick other than he's just their kid. So it looks like he's going to be collateral damage. I still am hoping that this will work out as some kind of deal where Adam saves the other Newmans and he gets this massive and hopefully permanent redemption, and they all stop crapping on my favorite Newman. We have Cole Howard back in Genoa City as of this week, and he shows up at the House of Horrors, and he's been lured there, as I said. So it'll be interesting to see if Claire is indeed his daughter. It looks like he doesn't know, which is very interesting. I was wondering if he was part of the one of the perpetrators of this scheme, or it looks like he might be collateral damage. We'll find out more. I'm very excited about it. Also, the week of November 27th, Nate Hastings gets his job back at Chancellor Winters, which I don't think he deserves. He's a sneaky snake. He betrayed his family. He was spying on them for Victoria, if you don't remember, when Chancellor Winters was talking about going public. And there was no reason for him to do what he did. He behaved unethically, bad enough if he did it to strangers, but then he did it to his own family. And then he went over to Newman, the company he'd been spying for. Now he's been fired because he can't be trusted there either. It's just a mess. I don't think they should let him back, but they're gonna. So that's okay. I love Sean Dominic. He's top-notch eye candy. So whatever his role is, I just hope he's shirtless more. And Sharon Newman may be feeling a little jealous about Summer's obvious crush on Chance. And in a recent interview, Allison Lanier, I talked about this in a standalone video, Allison Lanier, who plays Summer now, talked about Chance's shooting has basically galvanized her to realize she has feelings for him and should make a move on him. And I'm sure Sharon won't like that, although, she told Mariah they're just casual. We have not seen a lot of romance between them. They knocked boots one time in the back room at the coffee shop. Not an epic romance. We'll see how it goes. Thanks so much for listening. Please click subscribe if you haven't already, and check back soon for more on Y&R. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm here every day talking soaps with you guys 7 days a week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.